back. We have continuing coverage of this snowstorm from the metro to the eastern plains and, of course, what it's doing out at the airport.
We want to start in the studio with Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson, as I'm sure many of you are wondering just how far into the weekend will all this snow keep falling. Mike?
We get about halfway through, and then things will improve greatly over the course of the weekend. But for tonight and early tomorrow, it's very sketchy out there. This is the view downtown. Snow falling pretty heavily. Eastern Plains, that is not much traffic going on out at Akron at the present time. You can see in the lights there the snow coming down heavily. Farther to the east, there's a little bit warmer air, and so it's actually just raining out near the Kansas border. That out in the town of Ray, right out here. So the storm system continues to swirl moisture around it. The actual low is down in the panhandle of Texas, and so as it slowly moves its way to the north and to the east, we will have winter storm conditions continuing all night long. The warning's in effect until midday tomorrow, and you can see that darker color, that's the heavier moisture that's going to come in, so we will actually get heavier snows coming in a little later on this evening. Let me show you in Futurecast what it's going to look like over the next few hours. It stays quite heavy through the 10 p.m. hour and even into the early morning hours when that low is located over west central Kansas. During the day tomorrow, the low is going to move up into Nebraska. Winds become northwesterly, and so that's a downsloping wind for us. But even by 1 p.m., scattered snow showers. Later in the day, the skies start to clear.
Now to a live look at road conditions. This is along Broadway in Denver. Things aren't looking too bad at this hour. Crews are doing a great job clearing main arteries as the snow tapers off. But as Mike mentioned, there's more on the way tonight.
Seems there's always more on the way. Jessica, thank you. Now, I-70 throughout Colorado, it's just been a mess since yesterday. Crashes in the mountain corridor, hundreds of miles of closures on the eastern plains. Now, the interstate remains closed eastbound from Watkins to Burlington. So that's 146 miles of interstate right now, and a lot of the state highways are closed as well. Denver 7 Sam Payne, you've been tracking road conditions out there. Looks like it's snowing, Sam.
Yeah, that's right, Shannon. It's snowing, and the word that I would use to describe it right now is biting. That's that windshield that I'm getting right now. The snow hitting my eyes, making it a little difficult to talk to all of y'all at home. But I do want to tell you a little bit about what we're seeing out here today. Now, these roads jam-packed with snow and ice, that's causing a lot of issues for drivers. We're here right now in Watkins. This is the entrance right here to I-70. You can see eastbound is completely empty. Westbound has that one driver who's been turned around right now heading back this way. That's causing a lot of issues for folks out on the eastern plains. We spoke to Lyman officials who say that they've received multiple emergency calls of stranded motorists out there. We were actually able to speak to some of those stranded motorists. They're gathering right now over at Hugo United Methodist Church. Pastor Pete Lilpo over there has been allowing folks to come in. They get free meals and also free lodging for the night. All the hotels in that area are booked, so that's kind of the last option for quite a few people out there. One of the people we talked to, he said that his truck flipped when he was on his way through Colorado. Another person, she told us that she brought her dog and a couple of her pets along with her and had to walk to the church as well. So this is an issue that's causing quite a few issues for folks, but they are saying it's a positive sign to be able to see a community coming together and support them with open arms.
Luckily, we have the support of the local community, so they've been helping and bringing supplies down and food for everybody, and it's been a great experience.
You know, considering the situation, I think we're all really lucky right now.
Yeah. And Pastor Lopo says they have limited space right now for folks, but even if you just need a meal, you can stop by. Shannon, we also were told that the National Guard arrived in Lyman a few hours ago. They're going to make sure they can help out those stranded motorists. Reporting live near Watkins, I'm Sam Pena for Denver 7.
And they're going to have quite a story to tell. Sam, thank you very much for that. State Highway 86 closed right now between Elizabeth and Kiowa. The town of Elizabeth expects to see drivers stranded tonight, so they have opened up a shelter at the high school.
This is our brand new year at Elizabeth High School, and we were approved by the American Red Cross, so they're going to provide long-term care if we have people here for longer than a couple of days or at least 24 hours.
Town leaders urging people to stay home until these road closures are lifted. Jess?
This snowstorm snarling air travel out at Denver International Airport. Nearly 800 delays at this hour and 500 cancellations. The airport tells us it's averaging about 1,800 flights a day this month. So this snowstorm is impacting about 2/3 of all flights. Denver 7's Danielle Kreuter is live at the airport for us tonight. And Danielle, Union Station just behind me. I'm right across the street here at Wincoop Brewing Company. And Fridays are typically a busy travel day for weekenders. I never know whether to hit the road when I'm going to the airport or take the train from Union Station. So if people are headed to DIA from here, what do they need to know?
Yeah, well, Jessica, not too busy of a Friday night here at Denver International Airport. As you mentioned, hundreds of delays and cancellations. But if you're one of the lucky ones who can still fly out tonight, we do have some good news for you. Roads to the airport haven't been too bad all day. Definitely wet, but keep in mind as the temperatures drop tonight, that water will turn into ice. So plan even more extra time than you usually would. No one wants to be rushing to catch a flight on icy roads. Some more good news once you get here. It'll be a breeze. At some points, there was not one single passenger checking in at some of the typically busy check-in counters, and you'll have an easy time getting through security as well. Just a handful of folks here. We did check in with DIA, and they say their snow crews are out in full force. They did not have to close any runways today. In fact, their snow crews can clear an entire runway in less than 17 minutes.
Reporting live at the airport for us tonight, Danielle, thank you. And as this winter storm barrels through Colorado, get the latest updates on the Denver 7 app. We'll send push alerts about the weather updates in your area. You can find us for free in the Apple App Store and over on Google Play.